Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing chapter 10, information systems within the organizations. So 10.1, transaction processing systems. Transaction is any business event that generates data. So any business event that generates data worthy of being captured and stored in a database. So stored in a database. Transaction processing system, or known as TPS, supports the monitoring, collection, and the storage and processing of data from the organization's business transactions. So transactions, each of which generates data. So here's just a diagram of what can happen. So you go from your business event to a transaction processing system to organization's database, where you have your FAIS, which is the functional area information system, your DSS, decision support system, your BI, business intelligence, and ES, expert system. So TPS must manage high volumes of data and variation in those volumes, avoid errors and downtime, ensure accuracy and security. So let me highlight that. Accuracy and security, manage reversals of transaction. So when someone wants a refund, preserve audit trails. So that's when you make sure that you have a system that can hold all the transactions for a couple months ago and a history of all your transactions in your business. So 10.2, functional area information systems. Functional area information systems support particular functional areas of an organization by increasing its function, efficiency, and effectiveness. So let me highlight that. Conveys information in the form of reports. So reports here. So enterprise resource planning systems. Enterprise resource planning ERP systems take a business process view of the overall organization to integrate the planning, the management, and use of all of an organization's resources. So use of resources, employing a common software platform and database. So a common software platform and a database. And this is an ERP system. ERP systems are an evolution of FAIS. ERP systems are also designed to eliminate information silos. So type of reports. You have your routine reports, which produced at scheduled intervals. So let's say at the end of the month to see how well your business has done. So scheduled intervals. You have your ad hoc on-demand reports. So on-demand. I'll put this in another color. On-demand reports. And this is non-routine reports that often contain information not included in routine reports. So yeah. Drill down reports. So let me highlight. It displays successively greater level of detail. So that's really when you want the most amount of detail, and that's really to maybe solve a problem, because the more detail, the more things you have to solve the problem. Key indicator reports summarize the importance of critical activities. Comparative reports compare, for example, the performance of different business units or of a single business unit at different times. Exception reports include only information that is outside certain threshold standards. So let's do a quick quiz. Number 1, a transaction is any business event that generates data worthy of being captured and stored in a database. This is true. 2, blank are an evolution of what? Well, as I said before, ERP systems are an evolution of FAIS. So 10.3, enterprise resource planning systems. Well, ERP systems objectives. So it tightly integrates the functional areas of an organization, enables seamless flow of information. So that's a key thing. Seamless flow of information among the functional areas of an organization. Changes in any one functional area reflected immediately in all pertinent functional areas. Provide information necessary to control business processes of the organization. So ERP2 systems. Inter-organizational ERP systems that provide EB-enabled links among key business systems such as inventory and production of a company and its customers, suppliers, distributors, and others. So here is a diagram for you guys to see. You guys can pause the video and just look at how the gears work and how all of that ties into ERP platform and database. So what are the benefits of ERP systems? So organizational flexibility and agility, decision support, quality, and efficiency. So the limitations of ERP systems. ERP vendors often predefine best practices in their software. Organizations have to change their business processes to adapt to ERP software. ERP systems can be extremely complex, expensive, and time-consuming to implement. So ERP systems are extremely complex, they're expensive, and time-consuming to implement. So the quick quiz. ERP systems are essentially designed to eliminate information silos. This is true. ERP2 systems provide web-enabled links among a company's key business systems and its customers, suppliers, distributors, and others. This is also true. Implement ERP systems. Use on-premise software. You buy an ERP package and put it on your computers and servers. Use software as a service. You rent, so I'll highlight that. So use on-premise software here. You buy an ERP package and put it on your computers and servers. Here, software as a service, you rent an ERP system and vendors provide a server. So vendors provide the server. Use on-premise software. The vanilla approach is what we call it. Company implements standard ERP package using the different built-in configuration options. The custom approach company implements customized ERP systems by developing new ERP functions designed specifically for that firm. Risky, but because you have to write the code. The best of breed approach, a company mixes and matches ERP modules from different software providers. This is the hardest because this requires the most work. So use software as a service. Well, vendors are responsible for software updates. Security updates, and availability. So advantages of cloud-based ERP. Cloud-based ERP. Systems can be used from any location that provides internet access, so any location. Companies avoid initial hardware and software expenses. Cloud-based systems are scalable. So on a big company, cloud-based is very easy to implement in a big company. So disadvantages of cloud-based ERP, well, there's some security concerns. I'll put that in red. Companies lose control over a strategic IT resource. What happens when the ERP system experiences problems? So that's when like a system problem, and once you rely on a cloud-based ERP and something goes wrong, it's kind of hard for your company to function from that. So experiences problems. Slow or unavailable ERP software can cause business continuity problems. So the quick quiz, when a company implements a standard ERP package using the package's built-in configuration option, this is called the vanilla approach. When a company rents ERP software from an ERP vendor who delivers its products over the internet, this is called software as a service approach. So 10.4, ERP support for business processes. The procurement process. This begins in the warehouse. Department. It's need to buy, and ends in the accounting department. Send payment. So ends in the accounting department. So the warehouse. This generates purchase requisition to buy needed products. So purchase requisition to buy products. Forwards purchase requisitions to the purchasing department, which creates purchase order. So sends forwards purchase requisition to purchasing department. Then the purchasing department creates your purchase order or PO and sends to vendor. Receives good from vendor and warehouse department. Person checks packing list against the PO. So if shipment matches order, warehouse issues goods receipt document. So accounting department receives invoice from vendor. So the account receives invoice from vendor. Accounting matches the purchase order, the goods receipt document, and the invoice. It's a three-way match. Accounting processes payment and sends it to vendor. So here you can see the departments. You have your warehouse, purchasing warehouse, and then accounting. And so they check the supplier's invoice, that's the receive, the goods receipt document, and your purchase order. So the procurement, or a quick quiz, the procurement process begins in the warehouse department and ends in the accounting department. This is true. The three-way match compares the purchase order, the goods receipt document, and the invoice. This is also true in the diagram right over here. So the order fulfillment process. This begins in the sales department where customers request to buy and ends in the accounting department, receive payment. So order to cash process. So let me highlight that. So the sales department, So the sales department, customer requests to buy and ends in the accounting department where receiving the payment. So there are two basic strategies. Sell from stock, fulfilling customer orders directly using goods that are already in the warehouse. This is your stock. Configure to order, company customizes the products in response to a customer request. So this is like making a request for an order so that the customer can be satisfied with the product that he wants. Fulfillment process. Well, the sales department receives requests from customer available on price of a good. Sales issues a quotation indicating availability and price. If customer agrees to price and terms, sales creates a customer purchase order and a sales order. Sales forwards sales order to warehouse, and then the warehouse prepares shipment and produces, which brings in the picking document used to remove goods from the warehouse. The packing list accompanies the shipment. At the same time, accounting issues invoice for customer process concludes when accounting receives payment consistent with the invoice. So that was a lot of information, but you could just see in this thing here where all the departments and the documents involved. So the sales has the customer inquiry, the quotation, and then they also have the customer purchase order and the sales order. The warehouse has the picking document and the packing list that it creates, and the accounting has the invoice that sends it and the payment that receives it. So quick quiz, the order fulfillment process begins in the sales department and ends in the accounting department. This is true. So it always starts off with selling, and then the accounting is managing what the salesman just received. So sell from stock closely associated with customization. This is false, because sell from stock, it just means you're selling with what you already have. Customization means that you're making a specific order for a customer that wants that order. The production process begins and ends in the warehouse department. Need to produce and reception of finished goods, but involves the production department as well. There are two strategies. I'll do it in green. Make to stock. Produces goods to create or increase in inventory. Make to order. It's the production generated by a specific customer order. So warehouse issues a planned order when a company needs to produce a finished product because there is insufficient inventory or because the customer placed a specific order for goods. Production controller issues a production order. Production generates a material withdrawal slip which lists all needed parts and forwards it to the warehouse. If parts are available in the warehouse, warehouse delivers to production. If parts are not available in the warehouse, then the company must purchase them via the procurement process. After production has created the products, it updates production order. When the warehouse receives the goods, it issues a goods receipt document certifying the number of units and product available for sales. So here again is a diagram to show what I just explained. So all the departments and the documents involved. So we have the warehouse that plans the order, the production, it makes a production order and a material withdrawal slip. Warehouse then makes a material withdrawal slip as well, or receives it. Production, they do the production order, and then the warehouse receives a goods receipt or issues a goods receipt. The quick quiz. The production process begins and ends in the warehouse department, but involves the production department as well. So this is true. When the company produces goods to create or increase an inventory, that is called make to order. That is also true. So that is it. Thank you.